Nobody indeed. What is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. And we're going to start right here. Say a prayer for this new mobile Wi-Fi hotspot. Let's see if we can get through one show without some damn internet issues. It is so good to see every one of you. Happy Monday. Happy Monday and good morning. All right. Now, before we look forward, we have to look back. And yeah, yesterday, 4-4 for me. It was I had some ups, some downs. If anybody can let me know what time the Tennessee and Houston game starts, that would be great because, my God, we're going to talk about that in just 1 second. But I got to give shout out, man. Our boy, Big Greg Madison, California Wager, hit on Minwoo Lee on the winner, plus 3,700, and had Auburn a week and a half ago or so at plus 175 to make the Final Four. So got to give some huge love to our boy right there, Gregory. Well done. Proud of you, boy. Nice job. Okay, now, like I said, man, Houston's legit. Kick Tennessee's ass up and down the court. That Duke Houston game is going to be awesome, man. Have to give big shout out and love for the Houston Cougars and everybody over there, man. That was big. Now, taking a look at college baseball, wrapping up the weekend, how we did look. Another winning weekend, all right? 2-1 on Sunday, so that set us for 6-4. Yeah, Mills said Dallas Baptist, New Mexico State under 22.5. 3. Yeah, that was nice, man. That was nice for sure. But so we finished another weekend and just kind of getting ourselves in spot of where we're at. So series this year we are 4-1. With a total weekend record 36-28. So we're plus, if you're $100 better, plus 800 or so. We got a betting rate of 56.2%. So let me pull myself on screen. What that means essentially is we're in a fantastic spot. And this isn't even counting midweek games, which we've been smashing as well. But this is the process, and trust it, because look, man, I've written this playbook on the blood of missed picks that I've had over the years, and it works. And with college baseball, man, it's so chaotic. And what gets people into trouble when they first start betting it is that it frustrates them and they chase. And the key is really to just slow it down. All right. You're not like, yeah, we'll have days where we have huge increases and wins, but it's just about stacking and stacking and stacking and stacking. And that's what we do. And I'm telling you, for us to be at 56.2% through the insanity part, of the beginning of the season, dude, that's a great place to be, man. Great place to be. So just want to make sure that all of our heads were in the right spot. And we are sitting pretty. So, all right, that's college baseball for the weekend. You already know. Join that Discord. Hit it, man. It's free. The crew sets it up just perfectly, man. It's a great spot. I'm telling you, you will enjoy it. Okay, now let's get into let's see. I'll adjust it. Did you see LSU Shreveport, Texas college score? 42-4. My God. Dude, I don't know if I've played in an adult softball beer league that had 42 runs. That's insane, man. Oh, dude, that's crazy. All right, updating our brackets. Okay, shout out Mama Tanner. First place. Oh, this is in the DTL bracket here. Sitting at 1120 points. Well freaking done. Look at that, 99.5%. Mama Tanner. Awesome picks right there. Tied up at first. Big Ron Sims, look at him. Third place. ESPN fan 757-842. In third with Big Seth. Look at him, man. Big Scott. Oh, right there, my man. Ernie, right? Oh, AB up in there. Oh, dude. Jenny. Look at my girl Jenny in 10th. And Miss Stigers tied at 8 right there. So that is our updated brackets. So there we go. All right. And yeah, we will get it all set up, in terms of prizes and all of that for after it cuts off after the national championship, and we'll get all the prizes and all the winners all set up. So there we go. Okay, now what do we have next? All right, go ahead and get to the picks, man. Let's do it. Let's do it indeed. Gonna be a good day today. All right, so our picks full today. So it's a light slate. Um, and we're just going to start with some Major League Baseball here. So we got the Twins and the White Sox over 7.5. We're also going to roll with the Red Sox and the Orioles over 9 at -115. And then we're going to hit into the Rockies and the Phillies over 8.5 at -115. Now, I'm going to explain why I like these picks. A lot of it really does have to do with the weather, and it all has to do with pitching matchups, too. Look, man, the White Sox. It's tough betting overs with them. I mean, sometimes you get an explosion, man, out of nowhere. Generally, you don't. But the Twins should be all over the White Sox today. The Twins, quite frankly, they might cover this one themselves. The Red Sox and Orioles, I think we're going to get a really nice matchup here. Weather is in our favor. We've got two teams. Bats can get going. They should get it going. And we'll talk about that one here in just a second. Brad says, I was told to fade the White Sox every match. Is this true? Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. Pretty much. But it is a decent matchup today. And we got a little bit of weather in our hands. Like it could be solid, right? So we're not. Hey, Country said, don't talk about my Sox, buddy. I've actually strangely been to a decent amount of White Sox games over the years on the South Side. And man, I hate to see him in a tough spot. Let me just say that. Big Matty, wind gusting out for the A's Cubs today. Okay, there we go. Tim, when do I stop chasing Santander home runs? Well, I'll tell you what, man. We're gonna bring our man Big Greg Mattson in here in just a minute, California Wager, and we're gonna talk about that because I think that he's got some thoughts here. I think we got him. My boy, you in?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
There we go. Morning, buddy. All right. So I'm going to throw it right at you here. Okay. We're talking about Big Tim says, when do I stop chasing Anthony Santander home runs? Any thoughts?
Well, set a number, I guess. Otherwise, you don't want to get stuck chasing too long.
There you go. That's about the answer that I had. It's so tough at the beginning of the season, right? Like, we got teams that are finally playing at home. Teams are going to go on the road, for the first time. So, yeah, it's tough. But it's like, I'll say this. Is he using a torpedo bat? If he is, we're ready to go. I swear to you, this week we will get our hands on a torpedo bat. I will find one. Yeah, I'll find one and we'll get it. But we're going to go do it last night. Cortez says, Pavetta pitched a gym last night. Yeah, hell yeah, he did. Greg, I'll just go over our picks, man. I got Twins, White Sox over 7.5. Red Sox, Orioles over 9, and Rockies, Phillies over 8.5. And let me go ahead and pull up the weather here because I do want to talk about what we've got going today. Let's see. First one here. Yeah, Red Sox, Orioles, right? So solid. And again, we're not basing all of it off of weather, but weather has a lot to do in Major League Baseball right now, man, because you're getting – and you're getting these areas, and I'll give a perfect example. Okay, so yesterday we played the Twins Cardinals over 8.5. Right, we talk about the weather, and there was a storm system in St. Louis. Right now, sometimes it can hurt you, but a lot of times it can help you, man, because when that cell sits above, all right, and it just steams and steams and steams and steams. It's like being in a microwave, man. And you could get like as long as you don't get like that full downpour and full, dissipation of humidity, it actually almost doubles, man. Like it's crazy. And we saw it. I mean, it was 8-2 in the third inning, I believe, right? I mean, and those are, specifically the Cardinals, like not necessarily a team that's just, that's Georgia baseball. That's just dropping bombs every at bat. You know what I mean? So it was nice, man. So we've got that here in Baltimore. It's gonna be nice, dude. We've got a temperature, 80 degrees through. You can see precipitation percentages growing through. But if we could hold off, right, towards the end of the game, dude, like you see that it's increasing, and that's a good thing because what we're going to crudely refer to this as the microwave effect. You're going to feel it. That humidity is going to go and it's going to go and it's going to go. And then hopefully right at the end of the game, boom, downpour comes. It dissipates all that, but the game's already over, right? And you got two teams that can go. 12.7 miles per hour winds blowing straight out. Exactly what you want. Our man, big Chicago Pat, I'd like to buy membership Mario, see if possible. Thank you. Oh man, all right. Uh, I'll figure that part out afterward. Pat, obviously, thank you. You are amazing. Yeah, 100%, 100%. So, yeah, Mario, I'll get that worked out after the show and get you all set up. And again, Pat, thank you, man. Bibbo, had a good weekend here. So here, dude, Robert. Get 5 DTL membership subscriptions. Dude, thank you. Great job. And Mario, you might get one right there. There you go. But no, man, 100%. So, any thoughts on Red Sox Orioles today? Greg, I know that I'm just kind of throwing it at you, but
I think it should be a great game. Two of the teams that we've got pretty high expectations for in the East, and the Red Sox were on a lot of people's radars, so they definitely caught mine as well. And I think it should be a good preview for what we might see for the end of the year.
Yep. I agree, man. I agree. And especially kind of a weird Sunday, and betting MLB Sundays is difficult. Like it's a travel day, like end of a series, beginning a new series the next day. A lot going on. So Mondays, here we go. Now, Rockies and the Phillies. All right. Same deal. And we had let me see if I can find it. I might have lost it. We got a lot of comments. Oh, there we go. Zach, anyone on the Phillies is a good look today for a home run. Yes, sir, it is. Yes, sir, it is. Big Dan Clark says Kyle Schwarber homer today. Yes, sir, it is. Yes, sir, it is. So Addison said, what up, detail? Great. There's money to be made on the Japanese Grand Prix this week. Okay. All right. I'll need your help, Big Addy, but yeah, let me know. All right. So yeah, you see it here, man. And I'll pull this full screen. Again, same deal. All right. As we talked about in the first game in Baltimore here. All right. High 70s temperature. All right. Feels like, look at that humidity, man, up because precipitation, 10%, 15%, 40%. We're going to have the same microwave effect here in this game. And look at that, 13.6 miles per hour blowing out to right center. Meaning, Greg, my boy, if you're a lefty, this is about as great conditions as you can get. And I think Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper might enjoy that one. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I mean, we know that's a short porch to right center as well. And, those two are launch experts. So we wouldn't be a surprise. We actually liked Schwarber the other day. I gave him on a show, and he proceeded to go deep right after that on Saturday. So that was nice.
Yeah, it was nice, man. It was nice indeed. All right. So there we go. That is our weather report here in Major League Baseball for today. Didn't mean to cut Greg off there, but one more thing. So let's get into home runs, okay? And I'll tell you, this is going to be a shorter show today because we just don't have a ton going on yet, but we will. We'll have more props and everything, set up for this afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern. So I don't want to burn up all your time, but I do want to take a look at home runs, okay? So I kind of like this look here. Like, we'll get back to the graphics. Don't get me wrong, but I do kind of like this look of providing you more information in regards to not only hitting home runs, but just this is batter versus pitcher matchups for today. And I've cycled it here by home runs in the most, so you can see right there. But again, the Twins versus the White Sox, like we were talking about, man, Carlos Correa has just mashed off your boy Martin Perez. All right, Jose Miranda, same deal. Kyle Schwarber, look at him. All right, against your boy Yermain Marquez here. He's got 2 bombs off of him. All right, 14 at bats, 6 hits. Man, there you go. All right, Manny Machado. Okay, that could be a decent. I'm fascinated to see that game. Look at Big Dansby Swanson. Don't see his name up here too terribly much. The Cubs and the A's. So again, just wanted to put that out there that here's some further information in regards to hitting, and we can make up our decision on that. So I throw it back to you, Greg. Like, take a look at the screen here. Anything stick out?
I mean, Machado move, like you said, is pretty interesting, actually. It's a name that we haven't talked about this year at all together, so that's somebody that pops off. But, Schwarber is somebody that I always look to, and, a guy that's going to get the most at bats of anybody with where he hits position-wise, so it's always hard to ignore that number. But, again, you look at who's on there. That White Sox the White Sox Twins matchup should be interesting. And like we just spoke about as well, that Rockies game looks like it has the potential to be real high scoring.
Yeah, 100%, man. And like that's why I'm all over it, especially with a low number of 7.5, in that Twins White Sox. Like, again, I totally get, part of that, like, is the White Sox, you know what I mean? But I think, you could get runs out of them. You know what I mean? Like, it's random, like that's the tough part, is it's impossible to really project like what the White Sox are going to do day to day. But we don't need too terribly much. You know what I mean? So, so I wanted to give, everybody just even more of a look in regards to home runs, and we'll get back to the graphics, but I just kind of like looking at this one. Now, I'll say one thing, dude, and sorry, take a look at this list. Look down towards the bottom. Christian Walker. All right, we don't talk about him a whole lot. Like, going from the Diamondbacks over to the Astros, if he gets hot, this team turns into even more of a monster, man. Like, we see his history right here, against Jordan Hicks. But, dude, this could be something, man. Like, Greg, your thoughts here, man. Like, we haven't talked about Christian Walker really at all. But, I mean, already a potent-ass lineup for the Houston Astros. And then you add in a dude like him who can mash as well. Man, it could be solid.
Agreed. Yeah, I think that that Astros game might have potential to go over as well. The Giants are looking decent as well, a little better than expected, and the offense has looked all right. So another spot as well for it.
Yeah, completely agree, man. All right, so we'll jump out of here, but again, just wanted to provide you guys with even more full, better information in regards to not only home runs, but player prop betting. Right? It doesn't have to be home runs, like singles, hits, runs, RBIs, like all of that, man. Like, here's your info right here. And the other side, pitching, right? You play over under on, total outs recorded, right? Mark Perez might not last too long today, right? Like, it might not be a 5.5 inning affair for your boy. All right, so that is baseball. Okay, a couple other things, and we'll jump out of here, man. Let me hit on the picks again for anybody that jumped in. And again, we'll have a little bit of a shorter show today just because there's not too terribly much going on, but we obviously will be live at 3 p.m. Eastern today. Our picks so far, Twins, White Sox over 7.5 at -115. Red Sox, Orioles over 9 at -115, and the Rockies and the Phillies over 8.5 at -115. Okay, now we do have to talk about the Final Four, bro. All right, so let me get the numbers up here because, dude, one seed. I know people complain about not having a Cinderella. I don't care. You could give me 4 1 seeds, and I'm straight with it, man. So we got Florida and Auburn. These games are on Saturday. So we got Florida and Auburn. Florida, a 2.5-point favorite, and a total of 160.5. And then we have Houston and Duke after that. Duke, a 4.5-point favorite, a total of 136.5. Okay, so we'll break it down in 1 second, but I like playing this game. If I handed you a $100 bill and I said you had to either play a spread or a total, could be over, could be under, but no alternates, no nothing, right? You just had to pick one, either a spread or a total. Where do you go?
It's hard. I love this Final Four actually this year. It's everybody wants to hate on the 1 seeds, but boy, does it give you a really, really incredible matchup in terms of talent and experience between the coaches and these players. To me, I think with what we've seen, what we've avoided in terms of the disastrous injury, I think Duke just seems to be world beaters right now. And I hate to say it, but they have looked dominant. They've played every style of basketball. They've dominated in every style of it. And I just worry that, the slow spurts that Houston has had, we saw it 2 games ago. I have concerns, not huge ones, but when you're going against a team like Duke, any kind of slow streak can really, really get you falling behind the 8 ball. And Duke gets out early, it could be really hard for Houston to be able to catch up. So I think if I had to pick one of them, just straight up, I mean, Duke on the number would probably be it.
And this is what makes it so difficult for me, because here's how I feel. Houston is phenomenal. And I'm not just saying that because they just kicked the teeth out of my Vols yesterday. Like, I mean, we knew, like, you know, all year, like, that Houston's legit, right? And I swear to God, I swear to God, and it wasn't just yesterday. Houston is so efficient. Like, they don't miss shots, man. And then when they start going crazy from three, it's what the hell are you going to do? I love the way that they rebound, right? Like, to where their bigs go up and literally, like, it's almost like volleyball. Like, they make sure, like, unless they could fully get the board clean, they just hit it. Like, it's such a well-coached team. They're so athletic. But here's the other thing. Can anyone beat Duke? I don't know. Like, I truly don't know, because Duke is taking everyone out of what they do. Like, Duke is saying, okay, we're going to, here's the ball. Whatever it is that you do best, go ahead and try it. And we'll just smoke you with it. Like, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. But God bless that Houston defense is for real. Like, it felt like, I was watching the game with our man Randall Mims yesterday, and he said it best. He just looked at me and goes, it's like Houston has 7 people on defense. You know what I mean? Like, they're so good, and they switch off. Like, they're so good. They're so fundamentally sound, man. I think if I had to do it, I think I would take Houston and Duke over. Like, I think Houston's going to have to score. I think if I'm Duke, I'm forcing Houston into a shootout.
Yeah.
I think that's you don't want to get into a 55-54 game with them, because you won't win that game. Now, Houston can beat you, they could score 2, right? Like, there's nothing easy here, right? But if it were me, and I'm certainly not John Shire, but that's what comes to mind, is saying, all right, I'm going to make you shoot all day long. We're gonna turn this tempo up. I'm gonna get rebounds off your shots and transition. I'm not gonna let you set up in D. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Now, easier said than done, right? And then look, we look over to Florida and Auburn. Okay, Auburn. The minute that I thought that they were leaking oil, they turned it up. On the other side, Florida, 2 of their last 3 games have been miraculous comebacks. And that comeback the other night against who was it? In the Elite 8. Texas Tech.
Yeah, Tech.
That comeback was bigger than the UConn one, right? So and what I'm getting at is that you could look at it 2 ways. That's either a great thing, or it's a problem and it's going to bite you in the ass. And I don't know which one that it is, man. Like, what are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I mean, kind of concerns for both of these teams. Like, Florida keeps putting themselves in these bad positions. Auburn, on the other side, kind of goes lackadaisical for stretches at a time, where they just seem to do whatever they want, get pushed again, and then decide, all right, we got to turn it back on. I don't know. Bruce Pearl, I don't know how he cannot just pull his hair out sometimes watching that team play, but I mean, it's
pause on that 1 second. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. I swear to God, what you just said, I said it yesterday. Like, watching that game against Michigan State, that game was turning into the exact same game of Houston and Tennessee. The only difference is, I mean, Auburn was like 1 of 16 from 3 or something crazy in the first half, right?
Yeah.
The problem was they were still up by 7 against Michigan State. It's like, oh, Michigan State, like, Auburn just had its worst first. Like, if that were any other team, and this isn't a shot at Michigan State, but if Auburn were playing Florida or playing Houston, they're done, out, gone. Like, no way that you can have that half, but they did. And they kept shooting, right? But it was like, I watched that one dude from Michigan State shoot 7 threes, like, on one possession and miss all of them. And they cut the timeout, and I was like, Tom Izzo's going to rip his ass. And then CBS didn't even sit with it. They cut the commercial stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. But, yeah, man, I mean, we got all week to talk about it for sure, man. But, yeah, I mean, these spreads, these totals, man, they are deep. All right, let me get the picks up here one more time, and we'll jump out of here. Stat of the day. I didn't graphic it because I'm working on something I think you'll like even more for all of these teams. But I'll tell you what the stat is. Florida's hit 11 straight overs, buddy. 11 straight overs. They're scoring points. And Duke averaging 94 points per game in the NCAA tournament alone. 94 points. So there are stats on both sides. I didn't put on a graphic, but yeah, definitely make sure that we get those in there for sure. All right, our picks for today. Again, we'll be live at 3 p.m. Eastern. Twins, White Sox over 7.5. We've got the Red Sox, Orioles over 9, and then we've got the Rockies and the Phillies over 8.5. All right, we'll get out of here, man, because you know what? Don't want to test the internet gods, but I think this mobile Wi-Fi hotspot's solid. All right, Greg, any final thoughts? Forget anybody. Oh, and you didn't even see, like, at the beginning, huge love, dude. Number 1, Minwoo Lee. All right, we had it on the recap screen. Dude, plus 3,700, well done. And then Auburn to make the Final Four. We were texted about it. Dude, great job, man. Great job.
Yeah, it was a good weekend. We hit a 20-1 parlay on Saturday as well, 7-0 in college baseball Saturday. And then the Minwoo Lee sweep yesterday was great. So it was a nice, just almost 50-unit weekend, which was incredible. So another great run, and incredible Saturday with baseball. We're just 83 units now in college baseball this year, which is just unbelievable. And we'll keep grinding away. Nice to get that PGA win. That was I felt like I played 18 holes sitting there watching that one. He made that one a little tough on everybody, but yeah, it was a good one, fun one, great way to start the end of the month, get ready for April. So it's a good one.
Oh yeah.
And we both had our parlay together. I know you'd added another piece to it, but hit our play with Auburn making the Final Four, and then hit our max play parlay with those Final Four teams. So
yeah, and yeah, hell yeah, and Houston, those 2 legs, yeah, great. Hey, and I'll tell you this, man, congratulations, you just solidified yourself as our new golf guy as well. So get ready for the Masters.
I am excited about it. I am excited about the Masters. I feel pretty good about it too. We had Michael Thompson too last weekend, and he shot a 1 over yesterday, finished 27th, so he was right there. And Michael Kim we had as well. He played really well. It's going to be hard to go against anybody but Scheffler and Rory. I think though they both are looking real good. It's not always about how they played in terms of finish position, but I think Rory had 8 threes in a row yesterday. I mean, Scotty comes down. I took Scotty live at 15-1 just for safety because I knew it was anytime you get Scotty 15-1 as a guy chasing in the final round, it's pretty good value. But yeah, congrats to Minwoo. That was awesome. It was a win for everybody, especially first tour win is really cool. So nice to be a part of that.
Hell yeah, it is. Hell yeah, it is. Congratulations on your promotion, son. You know what? I think you're going to do great things at this company right here.
Oh boy. Well, I just got to extend my hours, I guess, huh?
Hey, we'll get you with HR, man. We'll get your pay and all that set up. We'll get your direct deposit going. All right, everybody. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be live again at 3 p.m. Eastern today with way more bets for everything tonight. But just wanted to make sure that we set the table solid. Everybody have a good Monday. All right, we'll see you here in a couple hours. From my man Greg, looking sharp over there, battling through all kinds of illness. My man's tough as nails, boy. And everybody, man, I love all of y'all. Dude, thank you so much. And we will see you later today. Thank you.
Who's got it better than us? No!